नमस्ते फ्रेंड, आप सभी का एक बार फिर से वेलकम। और फ्रेंड्स, आशा है कि आप सभी लोग अच्छी तरह होंगे और दीपावली का पर्व आपने ठीक से मनाया होगा। फ्रेंड्स, पिछले कई दिनों से चर्चा यही चल रही है कि जब CH वेंकटाचलम ने श्री DS मूर्ति साहब पेंशन एक्टिविस्ट को एक ऐसा पत्र लिखा जो किसी भी लीडर्स को शोभा नहीं देता है, और उसके बारे में हमारे बहुत से एक सर्विस मैन साथी जो हमारे रिटायरी साथी थे, उन्होंने उसकी प्रतिक्रिया स्वरूप अपने बातें रखी। और उस संबंध में श्री CN वेणुगोपालन सर, जो हमारे एक और भी पेंशन एक्टिविस्ट हैं, उन्होंने CH वेंकटाचलम को एक पत्र 19 तारीख को लिखा था। दिस हैज रेफरेंस टू योर कैप्शन लेटर ऑन द वीडियो स्पीच ऑफ श्री मूर्ति alleging aspersion on the General Secretary of IBA on his part, stating that defamation suit will be filed against him. It can make anyone at a loss to understand how a defamation suit can be filed against Sri Murthy for expressing his personal views against one, unless one has some fame and integrity, and the same are lost. Some people from the north are finding Lungiwala in sheer madness. The comment of Sri Murthy, which you have put to his notice, and the observations one can have on each item are as below. First, pension settlement was signed with anti-date only to benefit Tarkeshwar Chakravarti. This was a widespread news in the banking circles there three decades back. The somersault of unions for agreeing to pension as a second benefit instead of third benefit as demanded was attributed to this. The settlement was signed not with antedate but with antedate. No element causing defamation to you is traceable in it. Anyhow, one has to observe that the pattern in Reserve Bank of India was followed in the pension regulations. To this extent, Sri Murthy can change his view. Venkatachalam has pocketed by IBA. Second जो point था, Sri Murthy is not an exception. The numerous posts appearing in social media by bank pensioners support such a view. The comment fails to carry any element of defamation to Sri Venkatachalam. He has got a lot of gratification from IBA. He has got ATM and computer contract at the behest of IBA. Venkatachalam is the main enemy. Social media like WhatsApp shows that most of the bank pensioners hold such a view. Whereas pension regulations have definite provisions for updating pension and mandates the updating. You propounded the mango theory and were seeking the infusion of new proviso for updating pension in the pension regulation to support the views of IBA that the pension regulations do not have provisions for updating pension. Collective bargaining has become collective begging. The root cause of our miseries is Venkatachalam, no one else. All other unions are dummies, including NCBE. All unions and associations, including NCB, led by the stalwart Sri CH Venkatachalam, were oblivious of the definite provisions in the pension regulation which mandate updating of pension, were pretending to be unaware of clause 6 and 12 of the settlement dated 29th October 93 and of the minutes dated 26 March 94 of the small committee of pension. UOB was agreeing with the IBA in its record note dated 25th May 15 that the banks have no contractual relationship with their retired employees when Pension was a benefit is consideration of the CPF surrendered to the banks by employees and refunded by retired employees, and the pension regulations was also creating a statutory relationship also for the banks with retired employees to pay pension lifelong and family pension beyond. 8 point था, we are going to get updation but as per IBA's dictum only, not by unions. They will go and sign on dotted lines like pet dogs wagging their tails. Pet dog की तरह जाके wagging their tails, पुम दुम हिलाते हुए. In each and every bipartite settlement, the unions and associations were ceding the rights of pensioners vested under the statutory regulations and signing on the dotted lines of IBA after delaying the settlement for 20 to 40 months. An introspection into the matter will lead to conclude that what Sri Murthy said the truth. If unions can put forth a right demand for updating pension as provided in the settlement dated 29th October 93, the small committee minutes dated 26 March 94, as per the pension regulation and in the line with the ruling dated 1st July 15 of the Honorable Supreme Court in the state of Rajasthan and another versus Mahendranath Sharma, pension shall not be less than 50% of the running pay bands corresponding to the pre-revised scale of pay. No one will dare to say that leaders of unions are wagging their tails before IBA. IBA is nothing but a stooge of Venkatachalam. Everyone believes that IBA had been an apparatus of Sri Venkatachalam to do anything. Without IBA, Sri Venkatachalam would be able to do anything. It is naked truth and carries no element of defamation. This SC Jain is the booty liquor of Venkatachalam. This may perhaps entitle Sri SC Jain to proceed against Sri DS Murthy if he has not been aiding and abetting you. It is not known whether you can proceed against Sri Murthy in any way of this score. The net result of your notice to Sri Murthy is that it has created an impression among several lakhs of bank pensioners that Sri Venkatachalam has gone insane. Being a well-wisher of the veteran leader, I make a fervent appeal to you to have a reflection of facts and to desist from any act stated in the notice to Sri Murthy. Instead, you may please ask IBA to undo the various wrongs of the betraying the bank pensioner. In the performance of your real role with the support of all the members of the UOBU and regain the glory of trade unions, union is handed over to you by your predecessors. Wish you good luck. श्री CN वेणुगोपालन. फ्रेंड्स, एक ऐसे नेता जिसमें अगर ग्रेविटी होती तो अपनी बातों को रखता, अपने अकाट्य तर्क से किसी बात को प्रस्तुत करता, बैंक पेंशनर को कन्विंस करता, लेकिन वेंकटाचलम के पास मैंगो थ्योरी है, पैसे आम के पेड़ पे लगते नहीं। लेकिन आज तक एक्चुअरियल का कोई रिपोर्ट नहीं आया कि पेंशन फंड है नहीं है। जो सोशल मीडिया पे जो पेंशन फंड के आंकड़े डाटे आते हैं वो गलत है। अगर सही है तो फिर क्या, लेकिन केवल हम एक बात, आपकी न नीयत सही है न आपके अंदर नैतिकता है, तो आप कुछ भी करिए कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, नमस्ते।